All right. Well, since the sim takes a while, screw it. Let's get down to it. The 2017-18 season with the Canucks of Vancouver. Of course, we're gonna have Jesse Puljujarvi on the top line because memes, based off of two gifted subs last night. Why not, right? This team should still be pretty bad, but we are cap compliant, which is very important. And defensively, we've graduated Shea Theodore and Madison Bowie up to the big leagues. So I'm feeling pretty good. And obviously our goaltending is Ben Bishop and Ryan Miller, which is hilarious. AHL team's looking good. At least it's looking better than my reputation, which is still a -15. Again, I am not going to attempt to do the cheesy stuff to fix it. We're going to see if we can earn it without cheese. The answer is probably no, that we can't. Connor, what's going on? Just got back from a burrito run. Fair enough. Now I wish I, too, was just getting back from a burrito run. Still no update on Wreckfest 2's console release. I know, I'm very disappointed. It's taken much, much, much longer. Like racing game-wise around here lately, there's yet to be, at least as of like today, an F125 free play weekend to get a bunch of people playing that. The old NASCAR games servers are getting shut down. Of course, we had a lot of fun racing nights on those. And we were looking to do a goodbye to Wreckfest, hello to Wreckfest 2. But, yeah, Wreckfest 2 hasn't shown up on console yet where more people would be able to play it, you know? Sad times. Sad times. Zombie, what's going on? How the heck are you? Hopefully you're ready to watch some mediocre hockey. Ooh, you know. Tanner Jeannot. Okay, actually, hold on. Let's do the scouting. Let's go back over to forwards. Am I playing Helldivers 2? I don't know because I don't remember when it comes out. So the answer is maybe, but also maybe not. Yeah, I know you meant the Xbox release. You're cool. In 4 days, college football. College football's taking over. I'm sorry. No Helldivers. That is in prime college football season. Like, so legitimately, like, through July and August, it's college football, and then Madden and Mafia the Old Country come out at the same damn time. So it's going to be a lot of those two games. Like, that's the rest of the summer. Football, gabagool, and more football. That's my summer. I was trying to see... There we go. Save GM mode. Can I change storage device? What if I put this on the memory unit? I was thinking if I save this to the memory unit, it might go faster than the external drive. So, Mafia better than Madden? Probably, but, I mean... I don't even care. I've talked about it. Like, there are very few single-player focused games that I get excited about nowadays. I've waxed poetic about my love of the Mafia series for a very long time. So, for a very long time. I burned some hair off my hand earlier. Other than that, pretty good. It's a lot quieter than yesterday. All right. Fair enough. I don't... What am I supposed to say to that? I burned some hair off my hand earlier, but other than that, pretty good. What did you... Like, I have several questions, but I also don't know if it's appropriate to ask any of them. My God, it's Ball State. I am never going back to Ball State. Hopefully. Fun fact, as of this recording, I still have no idea if I'm going to be using a team builder for college football or an actual school. Kind of depends on what team builder looks like at launch. I know what it's supposed to look like at launch. That doesn't mean that that it is what it's going to look like at launch, right? It is an EA game after all, even if it's an EA game that I like. So, how did things go yesterday? I passed out at the trade deadline. Let's see. Post-trade deadline, obviously we didn't make the playoffs. We had a pretty good draft again, and then free agency, we brought in just a bunch of dudes for cap purposes. including Ben Bishop. So Ben Bishop and Ryan Miller is our goaltending tandem right now. Is it a whole new game? Yes, it is a whole new game. It's going to be the first Mafia game since Mafia 3, which came out in frickin' 2016. So it's the first Mafia game in 9 years, aside from the re-releases of 1 and 2, which are S tier. Absolute S tier. Mafia 3 is like a 5 out of 10. Mafia 3 has unbelievable gameplay in terms of like the way guns control and handle in that game are fucking amazing. But you do like the same 5 missions over and over again. So that was incredibly disappointing. But remember when LA traded Eric Chernak for Ben Bishop? And yeah, Mafia, the old country, is also going to be cheap. It's like $50. Beginning of Mafia 3 was great. Yeah, beginning of Mafia 3 was great. And I won't spoil anything because there are like the story beats of Mafia 3 and some of like the moments and the set pieces are really good. But the in-between of doing that is go here, shoot these people, check back in with this guy. Go here and shoot these people, check back in with this guy. Granted, that's like a GTA style formula as well. It's just they didn't do it well. They didn't do it well. But it has some good moments. It does have some good moments. If you're looking for an underrated horror game to fuck around with in the future, The Darkness on PS3. I have heard of The Darkness. I actually think I've seen people play through it. Pretty sure I've seen someone play through it before. So, just made you grind the entire map to get the real ending? Yeah. But I mean, Panda, since you played that game, since you played Mafia 3, you know, there's that one set piece at the top of the hill at night, which is very satisfying to play through. You know, that's what I mean in terms of there being some pretty damn good set pieces, you know? I was watching the start of the 2BC Philadelphia franchise, and EA had Zach Morin as a low franchise. He just went undrafted IRL. Yeah, so right now I am in the process of finishing up what I think will be our final update of the year between myself, Vassy, and Tactics on the Xbox side of things. I'm in the process of updating all the contracts, stuff like that, but also going back through and reorganizing some potentials. And yeah, I looked through and then compared some of like who EA had as the highest rated people. And yeah, typical swinging and missing. Like Jordan Gavin was highly rated. He wasn't drafted at all. Like, you know, it happens, but also it's fairly typical for EA to just miss repeatedly. Thoughts on the new St. John Sea Dogs logo, quote, redesign? I mean, I'd consider it a fair enough redesign. Like, he went from, like, a smirking sea dog to a very angry sea dog. You know? I feel like there's a decent amount of, change there. I like it. Trying to see a picture of the old one. There we go. I got to get to a couple Sea Dogs games this year, too, if I can. Oh, here, hold on. Let me make sure this is going to work properly. No, that's not what I wanted. Studio mode, PC. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go. Get outside of studio mode. Bada bing, bada boom. So, yeah, so those who didn't see it, the St. John Sea Dogs changed up their logo. It's been the one on the left for 20 years. Now they're switching to the one on the right. I gotta be honest, I kind of like the one on the right. I like that it's more aggressive and angry. Like, don't get me wrong, I like the one on the left, too. Like, he's kind of goofy and cute. But, you know, I think the one on the right looks pretty decent, too. So, and no, I'm not just saying that because they're the closest QMJHL team to me. But, you know, the blue pops more. Yeah, I don't disagree. If I want to watch AHL hockey after this coming year, I'd have to go to Hartford. Damn you, Bridgeport. Was that official, by the way? Was that official? About Bridgeport moving to Hamilton or whatever the hell? Oh, shit, I didn't sign Frankie Carrata? Like the new away jersey? Yeah. Hold on, give me 1 second. I could have sworn Oh, in the system. There he is. Frank the Tank. Go ahead and sign you. Do I have any other RFAs then? No. Okay. Sarah Volley reported it. That can be hit or miss. But fair enough. That was a bit of a weird draft. Barely any of the small players get drafted. Oh, dude, the NHL has gone full. Is it better than Cool Dog? Nothing's better than Cool Dog. The NHL is going full, like, 20-year retro flashback of just, as Steve Dangle says, beef. Like, it is just like, fuck it. If you're 6'3" or taller, let's go. Priority, baby. Which is really funny because that's exactly what the Boston Bruins always do. And then when the rest of the league changes, they go, James Hagens, let's go, baby. Like, what the hell, man? What the hell? I'm so confused by Don Sweeney all the time. All the time. But, yeah, just, I was going to say, too, in regards to St. John, they have new jerseys as well, which I honestly think look pretty good. Right? Like, they got that home jersey. I think the home jersey's okay. Road jersey looks pretty good. Road jersey looks pretty good. So, yeah, like I said, I need to get to some Sea Dogs games this year if I can. The Dean Letourneau pick was a bad one. I mean, he shouldn't have been. He wasn't ready for college hockey. He shouldn't have been there. He might be a bit better this year, but still. Wish Worcester became an AHL team again. I loved having a team 20 minutes away. Yeah, for the AHL, their Western expansion of let's get teams in Bakersfield, San Diego, San Jose, like let's just, Tucson's coming back. That is good for the league, but I do miss the days of the Portland Pirates and the Worcester Sharks and the Manchester Monarchs and the Albany Devils or River Rats. Like, I do miss those days a little bit. There was some good rivalries in there. There were some good times there. So I got to go to Laval Rockets. So just say Metro Lions. I mean, it's pretty much impossible to have a bad time at like an AHL or an ECHL game. Did Manchester move to Ontario, California? Yes, sir. Lowell Lockmonts. Yeah, I forgot about Lowell. You're right. Yeah, Manchester moved out west. Yeah. It's good for the league, but the teams probably hate having to waste so much money on their teams. Oh, I mean, Cameron, that's for sure what it was. That's for sure what it was. I mean, Christ, in this game, Vancouver's AHL team is in Utica, New York. You know? Like, it just doesn't make sense. It's honestly surprising that they had that setup for as long as they did. Like the Arizona Coyotes. I mean, literally, I broke out the jersey yesterday. It's right here. The Portland Pirates, Portland, Maine, their AHL team at one point was the Arizona Coyotes. That is stupid as hell from a geographical standpoint. Stupid as all hell. So stupid. So, like I said, I can understand why a lot of teams, why the league changed to the extent that it did. It made a lot of sense. It did make a lot of sense. As long as they did with Vancouver. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Utica obviously is still around there with the Devils, and there were quite a few changes like that too, right? I mean, we still have teams flip-flopping. Yeah, exactly. Cleveland was with Colorado. Now they're with the Blue Jackets. St. Louis has Springfield, Mass, which is really kind of bizarre. You still have some weird ones, like Tampa's is in Syracuse. It's still, quite a bit of distance, but it's a little bit easier to fly from New York to Florida as opposed to New York to British Columbia. It's a little bit different. We'll say Springfield Arena isn't great. No, it is not. No, it is not. Good old Springfield. Fucking hate Springfield. Speaking of St. John, they had the Flames for a while. They sure did. They sure did. Yeah, like the history of AHL affiliates is very interesting to look at. Very interesting to look at in terms of what teams are around, what teams aren't around anymore, but who they were affiliated with. Like, you know, I mean, literally, just like pick a team. Like you had at one point, Cincinnati, had an affiliation with Detroit, but then they were also the fucking Cincinnati Mighty Ducks, Anaheim to Ohio, and then they became Rockford. There's just so many of those examples like that of like, what the hell was going on in the AHL? So, yeah, I mean, you can literally go through like the page, like the AHL's wiki page, and click on pretty much any team and find just really weird connections from a geographical standpoint. It's fun to look at, though. The Iowa Chops, yep. God love the Iowa Chops. Hell of a logo, too, for Iowa. Although they did have the just the outright Ducks jerseys of like 2007 at the time. And those weren't great. Those weren't great. They might have won their only cup in them, but those weren't great. They were not great. So many good AHL teams lost. Yeah, it's kind of sad, honestly. Like there was like, you know, geographic issues aside, like the AHL has a pretty decent history of branding. Even if you had examples of teams like, here, you know what? Let's I actually have the wiki open, and I mean, let's be honest, we're just simming through the season. This team's gonna suck. Like we mentioned the Iowa Chops. Fortunately, it's not gonna bring up their damn logo. No, not the Iowa. Oh, they don't even have the Chops on the freaking deal. But another team I was thinking of like cool logos, right? Like, you know, you do have like obviously the Barracuda based on the Sharks, the Gulls. I mean, the Gulls, I love that logo. I don't even care. But then back in the day, like the Albany Devils at one point were the Lowell Devils, and like that logo's fucking cool. Even the Omaha Axarben Knights. Just, again, a really, really weird, super weird history for the AHL. And if you go on to, what is it, Chris Creamer's sports logos, you can check out a lot of the older kind of logos in that same spot. We are simulating. I wasn't sure if it stopped. Yeah, like even in the AHL. I mean, I've talked about it before too. Like, you know, you get to see alternate logos and stuff. I've always talked about this. The Charlotte Checkers. Like the Checkers primary logo, I do think is pretty good. What the hell a polar bear has to do with Charlotte, I don't know. I didn't want the River Rats. Damn it. Let me back to the Checkers. This alternate logo for the Charlotte Checkers, the fact that people have voted that a 5.4, they can fuck off. That is an S tier shoulder patch. That could be a main logo, and I think that'd be sick as hell. So there's a lot of hidden gems like that, too. Fucking 5 out of 10. People don't have any goddamn taste. No goddamn taste, I tell you. No goddamn taste. Weird one was like Calgary had their affiliate in Abbotsford for so long. I mean, like I said, like AHL-wise, ECHL-wise, like you have, you know, like there were geographical connections. There were other reasons why certain teams stuck around like they did. You know, the AHL also has a history of just being like, hey, we want a team in this city no matter what. The key example being Springfield, Mass, which is the, you know, where AHL headquarters are and why the Portland Pirates moved. I'm not over that. We were never proud. Ownership never asked for our opinion on the name. Oh, JD, fair enough. I didn't actually know that. Not proud of the Knights. Never felt like our team ownership. So they just like, hey, here's the Knights. Whereas most, like even the Maine Mariners, again, like that's where the whole Wild Blueberries thing came from. Where they're just like, hey, what are we naming this team? Or on to say the Sound Tigers had the best logo in the AHL. I mean, it was up there. If someone really liked the Sound Tigers logo, I don't hate it. You know, unoriginal AHL jerseys are. Some teams have pretty unoriginal jerseys. Other teams are a little bit better. It is a little bit hit or miss, I would say. It's a little bit hit or miss sometimes. As to whether or not AHL teams... let's see. You know, like, as to whether or not those teams just copy the NHL teams, you know? Like, that's always a bit of a toss-up. Always a bit of a toss. Unfortunately, I know the AHL has, like, I know there is, like, a uniform database for the AHL, but it's not as thorough as, like, NHL uniforms. So. Yeah, Hershey's a good example. They don't copy anything about the Caps. So. Stephen Hodges on waivers. Portland Pirate. Fortunately, he's not that good. I will never not miss that team. It's been almost a year since they moved, and I will never be over it. I will never be over it. Branding was S tier. I don't even care. Don't even care. All right, let's see. Who else do we need here? I hate when we scout people and we don't get all that good of information about them. Very annoying. Let's go defense here. I've had this 13 defensemen in the OHL, and that's it. That is very funny to me. All right, let's see. We got to do top 10 there. Let's go there. Like I said, I don't think there's a like a fully fleshed out AHL database. Like I know there's Kid Archive, but I don't think it's as fleshed out as like NHL uniforms or something like that. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. Rochester's also, yeah. It is true. They do not one-to-one copy the Sabre. I mean, like I said, it's sometimes you have the copycat AHL teams, sometimes you don't. You know. Then even if you do, like the Providence Bruins, like they have yellow as their primary jersey when the Bruins don't. So obviously they still have the color scheme. Goodness. I don't think the sim speed's any faster just because we're on the memory unit, so. Still going to take a bit. We got the deadline coming up. This team is brutal, which is by design. Again, like we still have the ability to essentially tank while still being cap compliant, which is the goal. Although with a Miller and Bishop pairing, or a tandem, we're actually much worse than I thought we would be. Let's see. Scouting wise, what do we got going on? I'm not worried about goalies. Some information on Richie, but not a ton. You do have a 67 on the first line. It's true. It is true. Try to get those two guys projected top 10 into green territory. We need high accuracy on them. And then, yeah, for the deadline, we will just set up our trade block again and see if we get any offers. It's tough to think, but the sim speed could be even lower. So, you know. But don't disrespect Jesse Puljujarvi, goddammit. Legit first liner. Jesse Puljujarvi. Don't you forget it. Don't you forget it. All right, we are almost there. We just lost 7-0 to the Ducks. Outstanding. We are bad. We are very, very bad. Very bad. Jesse Pool Party. Good old Jesse Pool Party. You gotta remember, with the Finns, your J's are your Y's are your U's. Sometimes, not always, because then there's like Jussi Saros. But then you had like former Montreal prospect Jesse Ylönen, even though it looked like Ylönen. God damn it. More information on some of these top 10 guys. Jyrki Jokipaka. What a great name, by the way. My favorite signing, by the way, of this free agency period belongs to Dallas. And I'll tell you why. You may have heard of the great, the incomparable Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. But have you met his bizarro world opposite, Niilo-Pekka Muhonen? It might be like, I need him to be on the Sabres or for the Stars to trade for Luukkonen. God, I love Finns so much. Warrior, what's up, dude? All right, there we go. We are 2 days away from the deadline day. Has our rep gone up? Yes, it has. We have gone from a -15 to a -5 over the course of the season. We are going to be able to up our amateur scout. And as long as I don't initiate any trades, I might have hope. Puljujarvi's still at a 67, which is pretty brutal. On a team full of Finns. You know, I've done a franchise series for that. How's Simulation Engine compared to 25? Scoring's lower, goalie stats are higher. That's just kind of how the league was at the time. That's the primary thing. You can't really change anything about it. I do think this was the era where you could like turn off icing and offsides, and it would generate a few more goals. But that's the main thing to look at. In terms of, honestly, let's just fully open the block. Where's the Brinket? In junior. In terms of, like, are the best teams winning? I mean, we did have Tampa win, but they did just lose Victor Hedman and Tyler Johnson, so if they keep winning, then maybe not. You know what? Screw it. Yeah, fully open block. I just want to see what offers we get. Why not? We have plenty of prospects at this point. Maybe the game will surprise me. We are going to put Ben Bishop and Ryan Miller on the block. I don't know if I can actually afford to move either of them and still be cap compliant. Miller's overall is obviously tanking. He's getting old very quickly. He's actually already quite old. But that is okay. Those will be the main two that we look at. And we'll see what we can do. Hopefully we can sell off a little bit. I mean, let's be honest. We know most of the trade offers are going to be for Chris Tanev and Bo Horvat still. So, Paulie, what's up, man? How are you tonight? How are you? All right. We're good. Bo Horvat for a first, a second, and Daniel Audette. That is declined. Oh, that Tampa game going to take 2 years. Shockingly, it didn't. Favorite jersey in my collection. Oh, shit. Before we get to this Dallas offer, I'm looking at the jerseys on my back wall, but I'm going to turn all the way around. Least favorite hockey jersey? I mean, I don't own a jersey that I think is bad. Well, I mean, I'm trying to sell it on eBay. It could be yours right now. We could get rid of this one. Fuck this guy. Favorite jersey. Unless I'm overthinking, it comes down to two. 1A, Bret Hart signed Calgary Hitmen jersey. Thank you, Crash Andrews, forever and ever. And the second, I do have a Tim Thomas, yeah. The second, the Ray Bork, Colorado Avalanche. Come on now. Come on now. And again, that was a gift from a viewer. What the fuck? Somebody still did that, by the way. I don't deserve some of the kindness, I swear to God. Favorite has to be number one Golar. I mean, why do you think it's always up on the wall? I'm trying to see, like, I mean, obviously, like, the majority of jerseys I have in my collection, like, I do have a lot of Bruins jerseys. I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot. Those two definitely come to mind, though. But, again, I still have, like, 50, 60 jerseys, something like that. I have sold some extra ones over the years, which, kind of sucks, but is what it is. If I had kept every jersey I had ever bought, it'd be well over 100 at this point. I'm like, I just don't have space, man. I don't have space. Are you streaming in a closet? No, but I have a jersey rack next to me. Ben Bishop to Dallas for a first and Patrick Sharp. Hell yes. Patrick Sharp makes a good amount of money, so he can still cap whale, and we get Dallas's first. Absolute done deal. Ben Bishop for a first and Patrick Sharp. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Dallas. That is a great offer. Keeps me cap compliant. And means Zach Fucale gets called up. What would wife say if you kept every jersey you ever owned? I mean, she wouldn't care. I mean, it's not like they're strewn across the house like they're limited to this office. Well, yeah. I mean, obviously there are some people who have fucking gigantic hockey jersey collections. I'm not sitting here being like, yes, my incomparable jersey collection. Let's see, Corrado. Bunch of those guys are on waivers. Let me send down Puljujärvi. We'll call up Zach Fucale. There we go. Just go best lines for now because other deals might happen. Let's see. Any other trades? Bruins got Jack Johnson for a first and Jordan Kyrou. Okay. And that was it up until earlier this year where Kari Ramo went to Florida. Fair enough. Nashville is calling. Bo Horvat for a first and Hunter Garland. No. Whatever happened to Massabawi? He just signed in Germany, actually. Been an AHLer for a long time, but yeah, couldn't make that jump. Carolina. A first. Columbus's very valuable first for Carolina's first next year and Eddie Lack. Do I need another goalie? Yes. Am I giving up that first round pick for Eddie Lack? No, I am not. Thank you. No, thank you. That would have been a terrible deal. Edmonton, Bo Horvat for a first and Rich Peverly. No. Shame most of our offers are for Bo, but that's all right. And our final offer comes from Ottawa. Bo Horvat in a second for a first, a fourth, and Craig Anderson. No. There we go. We are done for this deadline. Cam Atkinson was traded to Florida for a third, but our big trade was Ben Bishop to Dallas for Patrick Sharp and a first-round pick next year. Hopefully there will be a goalie on waivers. There is not, but Brett Connolly is on waivers. And, yeah, we'll take Brett Connolly. That's fine by me. Why not? Why not? I don't know if this is one of those games where I am able to sign a free agent after deadline day, because obviously you can do that in real life. But the games are often like, nope, not allowed, which is very dumb. Case in point. All right, this is Fantasy Drafted League. It is not. This was just straight up from the start, but things change quickly. Very, very quickly. All right, we need to go back to roster moves. So we got Miller and Foucault now at the NHL level. Defense, Gio, Bowie, Tanev, Klein, Theodore, Corrado. I mean, I'm not sending down Shea Theodore, so it just is what it is. Right wing side is fine. Sherbak is actually ready. Over the course of the season, Nikita Sherbak took the step up. So we are going to swap Cardiff for Nikita. He's made the team. Honestly, he's going straight to the top line. Left wing, Marlowe, Sharp, Shinkarik, Korpikoski, Ott. Okay. Am I a Flyers fan? I am not. I am a Bruins fan. You were close, though. I should have gone with the joke, huh, sir? Brendan Gounce is also ready. So was Bonesaw. Bonesaw is ready. And then we got some depth options. So honestly, like, Auger can go down for Brendan Gounce, because Gounce can play center. I mean, McCann is right there. Stoll is right there. It's probably better if McCann plays over Jarrett Stoll. Maybe we can swap Jarrett Stoll for Sven Berchke. And Stoll did clear waivers. Okay, cool. So let's see what this team looks like post-deadline. Do we have any forwards that can come back into the lineup? Just Gounce. Okay, so Steve Ott. Steve Ott might... Actually, hold on. Who were the depth forwards? Over to centers. So McCann, Berchke, and Eves. All right, so Patrick Eves. Patrick Eves is going to be the one that takes the seat. Back the squeaky chair. What a time, huh? All right, so Gounce is in. So we got a lot of younger guys making the team here by the end of the year, which is pretty sweet. So let's go with, what do we want to go with? Let's see. What do we got for lines here? Oh, what do we got for lines here? Stubbs, what's going on, dude? How are you? Let's see. If we get our lines. Normally, I only have to do this at the start of the year, but we actually pulled off more trades than expected. So Horvat, probably going to make the team.
Oh, we're doing this again?
Mighty fine to trade for Gustafson, right? Prophecy. Thank you very much for the 7 months. Welcome back. I'm doing very well. My biggest complaint right now is it's apparently going to rain for the next week straight. I'm doing okay. By the way, summer is the most overrated season of all time. God damn. Hey, here's all this nice weather that you can't enjoy without getting fucking downpoured upon. All right, let's see. So, let's go a fourth line of Gounce, Ott. We'll try to get... Oh, God, what are we going to try to get? Whew. We know Eves is out of the lineup. I guess right side, we'll do Sherbak. we'll plan to put Bernier and Stahlberg further down. Eves is a scratch. Prophecy, yes. We are turning into a college football channel in just a few short days. Actually, less than that now, honestly. So we got Horvat. We got McCann. Sorry, this is actually taking a little bit more thought than I believed it would. So we got Marlowe. We can do Shinkarik. We could move Marlowe to center. You know what? I think we're going to have to move Marlowe to center. So Marlowe. McCann. We'll do Shinkarik. Sharp. Corpy. Where the fuck is Berchke going to play? All right. Cool. I think I know what we're doing here. I think I know, thankfully. It's my favorite because snow sucks. I disagree. I'm going to give you the first run for CFB. No. No, I am not. McSpanky, what's going on? It's been a little bit. Hope you've been good. Hope you've been good. All right, so we have Shinkarik, Horvat, Sherbak, Sharp, Marlowe, Berchke, Korpikoski, McCann, Stahlberg, Gaunce, Ott, Bernier. Honestly, that's not that bad. And then defense will still be Giordano Tanev, Theodore Bowie. Corrado and Klein? Do we want Corrado there? Sure. Doesn't matter. And then goalie is Ryan Miller and Zach Fucale. Playing legacy, but not doing the Shannon plan with the fellas. Indeed. Because I can't rely on the fellas to be available, goddammit. There's only so many times you can attempt to herd the cats, okay? Sometimes the cats don't want to be herded. God damn. Especially, too, if we were going to be relying on fucking Endo as the host PC, we were boned. We were boned. Yeah, and sometimes the cats want to have sex outside my window. That was a very weird stream. That was a very weird stream. Sven Berchke legend. See, I can't even spell it anymore. If there was anybody to forget whose name had a spell, Sven Berchke, I mean, you know, it's a decent choice. Am I going to play TW occasionally? That is the plan. Can't say for sure. College football is going to take over pretty intensely. But we are almost, actually tonight, we're going to hit 1 year from May of 01 to May of 02 in TEW. So if we do take a break, at least we've taken a break with a lot of progress made. And then whenever we come back, it's always there for us, right? NHL 17 Elite Winger, though, back when I made NHL content. The good old days. Where Sin and I tried to collab, and I spent 6 hours making trades because I took it way too seriously. Show up this Californian. Fucking rich Californian. Fucking thinks he's better than me. Just because I live next to a fucking potato field. Fuck you. Thought you were dealing with some bumbling dude near the blueberry fields. And I said, no, I'm going to make 17 trades. You learned on that day. And we haven't tried to collab since, at least in pre-recorded stuff. Live stream, sure. God damn it. God damn. Just got back from vacation up in Seneca. Hey, there you go. Hope it went well. I did nothing. Except play this beautiful video game. I mean, Sin, I do think we pretty much summed it up pretty well, right? We were going to do some sort of one-season franchise challenge, and I thought I was going to outsmart you by making a shitload of trades, and I didn't get back to you for hours, so you thought I just bailed on you, and then we both went to Finland and kissed. You know, just what bros do. What about the Crease Place grab? Oh, good times. Back when we hoped NHL Arcade could actually be interesting. Good times. Good times. Great times. Coco, what's up, by the way, dude? Hope you are well as well. Enjoyed watching the stream with Sid last night. And we stay up until 4 a.m. looking at Slav memes. You're not wrong. Always remember. Oh, God. I can't even say it without cringing. Jesus Christ. Swag is for boys. Slav is for men. Never forget. Oh, man. Avro, I'll have to double check because we sent him down after the trade deadline. Because we made a couple moves. Weird question about what phone do you use? I don't fucking know. What phone is this? It's the one that got 2 cameras instead of 3. I don't need no fucking 3 camera. So, you know, there's that, which is delightful. I don't even fucking know, dude. I'm so bad with being like, oh, what phone do you fucking... I don't fucking know. I use whatever phone I can use for an iPhone until they brick it with a goddamn update and force me to buy a new one. That's what phone I use. No phone, live in the woods. So I don't know if this... I doubt this is the case for everybody. Let me know if it is. If you live in a bigger city. But there are definitely, like, if you go into, like, a fucking U.S. Cellular here or whatever the hell, they definitely still leave flip phones as an option for people. Which is very funny to me. Use whatever phone it's paperweight. Oh, there you go. Well, also, I mean, like, there was the fucking, like, hey, 2-for-1 deal or whatever the fuck. So, some shit like that. So, my wife and I had the same phone. What full Mitch Marner on my next radio? Give me your phone. Give me your phone. Hey, Mitch. Give me your phone. I had a coworker with a flip phone. There you go. Oh, goodness. I forgot how long this takes to simulate. I forgot. It does take forever. I forgot. All right. 30, 41, and 11. We crushed it. We absolutely crushed it. Just kidding. My owner's going to be furious with me. Funny enough, we actually have a worse record this year than we did in season 1, even though this team is worse. Which is really weird. But I'll take it. Question is, where did we finish standings-wise? Second to last. 4 points ahead of Florida. So the Luongo Bowl. Florida wins the Luongo Tankathon. But I'll take second to last in the league. Good times. What can the Sabres do to improve besides firing Kevin Adams? Fire their owner. Sell the team. That's what they can do. Sell the team. Who are we tanking for? No idea. Just trying to get the best damn player that we can. If we can. That's a pretty big if. All right. So how'd the boys do this year? Patrick Sharp had 67 points. Of course, he was a deadline pickup. So Marlowe had 60 points. Horvat on 56 with 28 goals for Bowie. Not bad. Hunter Shinkarik, 52 points, 21 goals. Very good. 42 for McCann. Of course, then we have a bunch of our veteran filler. Sven Berchke had 15 points in 19 games. Outstanding. And Pool Party had 12 points in 63 games. Not bad. I wish that was the case. Pagula would sell. Oh, yeah. I mean, he's probably not going to. But yeah, no, that's the only real hope is if the Pagulas sell the team. Or get their fucking mitts off of the team Stop being James Dolan light and just let, trusted people actually do their thing, and maybe the team can actually do something. That's the biggest issue. Shout out to Mark Giordano, you beautiful bald man. Shout out to Shea Theodore and Madison Bowie. You beautiful not bald men. Then goalie-wise this year, Fucale got only 4 games in and got lit up when he played. Ryan Miller, of course, wasn't really the starter this year, but that's okay. That is okay. Of course, it was mostly Ben Bishop until we traded his ass at the deadline. The deadline. Let's take a look league-wide here. Why not? So, top scoring players, Steven Stamkos, Tarasenko, Drouin, also in Tampa, Tyler Seguin, and Sidney Crosby as the top 5 in the league. Fair enough. Top goal scorers, Vladimir Tarasenko, Tyler Seguin, Steven Stamkos, Taylor Hall, and Jonathan Drouin. Damn. Oh, yeah, I mean, you got to figure, this was around the time that Drouin still had a hell of a lot of hype, right? You weren't all that far removed from him being 3rd overall. Like, obviously, it's before the Sergachev trade happened. Like, there was a lot of hype. Defensively, leading scorer, PK Subban. You got Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Drew Doughty, Dustin Byfuglien, and Chris Letang tied with Shea Weber at 64 points. Shea Weber, boy, let me tell you. Man, who didn't edit these rosters? I didn't. I saved that for NHL 16. I don't think Pagula has the balls to fire anybody. I hope so. Yes. Yeah, Svangy, I don't see it getting better for the Sabres. I really don't. Like, they have the pieces to be able to do a decent enough job. They just don't have the people in the right spots starting at the very top to actually make the most of those resources. Save percentage kings, yeah, like Freddie Anderson had a 931. Bunch of goalies at a 920 or better. What a great season for Freddie Anderson. And the top rookies this year, point leader, Alexander Koklachev. Imagine if the Bruins actually played him. Hunter Shinkaruk was 2nd. I think Koklachev will probably win the Calder. Then Jared McCann, Spencer Watson, Oliver Bjorkstrand, and Emile Poirier. Surprised you haven't figured out a way to roster edit. Oh, I mean, Hulk, I could. I literally used a roster edit for ATEW database over 10 years ago. So, I could. There's a reason why I choose not to. Because it is ball-slappingly time-consuming. Fucking nerd. Thank you. Again, like I mentioned, like, hey, I love roster editing. I view it like doing a puzzle and getting the pieces into place. And again, that still happened. Somehow. Somehow that still happened. Figure that out. I think I would love Warhammer. I would, which is why I don't get into it. There are certain games like that and situations that I intentionally avoid. Because it's like, yep, I will just never see the sun again. So, you know. Anyway, the Canucks are terrible. That's all you need to know.